Hey, this is David for Big Bits. In this video, we're going to do a little bit of TA. I want to talk about an idea that I posted on TradingView, where we talk a little bit about divergences, which I'll go over what those are in just a moment if you're not familiar. And then we are also going to talk a little bit about Libra. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos where I've done a little bit of TA and then talked a little bit of news as well. And I also want to kind of use this as a precursor to some other videos that are coming up soon. So just trying to work some stuff out here, and we'll see how it goes. But hopefully, if you followed me on Twitter or also followed me on TradingView, you will have seen this idea come up. Hopefully, I am correct, but please make sure you read it all before you rush off to think about copying me or anything. I'm not telling you what to do on any of these. There's a disclaimer on it and everything, but I do want to point out some things that I saw here that would make me want to go short for a short amount of time. Let's go ahead and look at the indicators. Okay, so what we're looking at here is we have these divergences, and we call them bearish divergences because the indicators are all pointing down while the price is still moving up. And you'll notice while the price has moved up in the past, the indicators have also kind of moved up with the price action. So these divergences can oftentimes help us identify good times on these longer time frames on when is a good time to go long or go short. And there is a good chart out here. I forget which one it is. This one, there's Twitter account, CryptoBurb, got a lot of followers, but posted some really good material that I am interested in, and that is this wonderful Divergences Summary chart. And we're looking at bearish divergences on the 4-hour chart right now. We are looking at higher highs in the price. Let me move my head for just a moment here so you can see this. We are looking at higher highs in the price. You can see, and we are looking at lower highs on the indicators that we're working with. So let's go back to the chart, and I'll show you. We have higher highs in the price and lower highs on the indicators. Now, this doesn't mean that these current highs on the indicators will hold. The price could very well shoot up well above, but in order to do so, while the indicator values are already so high, it's going to have to be a really huge pump rather quickly, most likely, especially as we are at a 200-day resistance, which is about $9,080, something like that. So there's a lot to look out for. I did mention you would probably want to use a tight stop if you're doing margin, because we are trading against the trend. If you take a short here, everything's kind of moving up now. If I were to look at the 4-hour chart and I were to take a short right now, I would be targeting the 50-period moving average. It hasn't really touched it yet since we had all these MA crossovers and the trend started. We got pretty close a couple of times, but we haven't touched it or wicked under it or anything. So that's something to keep an eye on. I did go over in detail in the idea on TradingView each of the indicators and why they are bearish divergence. I also mentioned why the indicators could still break up. Like I've mentioned already before, I'm not going to go back over this stuff. It's the same stuff, but if you want to read it later, you can always check out the idea there. I also posted it on Twitter when I published the idea. So hopefully we all understand what's going on here. Let's take a look at the chart as it is live. It seems like it's already kind of going down since I posted that. Hopefully I can get confirmation that I was right at some point here. But it's looking pretty good for the idea that I posted. Let's zoom out just a little bit and look at it on the daily. It's not quite as clear here. There might be a divergence on the, what is this one? I think that's the stochastic RSI. Yeah, so there might be a divergence daily on the stochastic RSI, or you might have other indicators that you're looking at. I don't see really any great divergences on the daily. Nothing like on the 4-hour. That's what makes me think it's a short-term trade. So I go back and I look at the 4-hour, and we are, of course, just under the 200-day moving average. So it would be a reasonable place to expect some sort of rejection or a pullback, and I'm looking towards the 50-day moving or the 54-hour moving average and the previous channel resistance as an area for it to kind of test if it does pull back from here. Now, there was also the volume. This people don't usually call that a bearish divergence. And I'm messing up when I'm talking a lot right now. I apologize about that. I really wanted to get this video out quickly because I think if the divergences do play out, it would be relatively soon. So I wanted to get the video out so you all could see it before it broke either way, up or down in the price action. So this is another thing that Crypto Burb has posted at a wonderful chart, and it's giving you an idea of what the volume versus the price is bearish or bullish, and we're looking at bearish price action because the price is going up and the volume is going down. This is moderately bearish, but combined with the other divergences, there's a lot of signals kind of pointing to a short right here. The weakening uptrend, that's kind of what you're seeing as well when you're looking at the chart. It's not quite as strong right now. It went up pretty steadily there. And you can see the trend kind of flattening out at different angles as we go forward. And that's pretty much all I've got for Bitcoin right now. I don't want to go into a whole lot and look at a bunch of other coins. There's a bunch of altcoins that are going crazy right now. But I think it's a little too early to kind of confirm that stuff. I still want to see Bitcoin get above and stay above the 200-day, even though the 5-day and the weekly chart look absolutely great for right now. They are going up very quickly, so we'll see how that works. But on the weekly, it's not quite so bad. Yeah, they're still going up, but they're going to go up quickly. And let's see. It's going to be interesting to see how they react when they become kind of overbought on these indicators, but we're still a ways away from that now, so hopefully we can spend some of this time to get above that 200-day moving average. All right, let's see. Was there anything interesting there? No. Okay, so there's one piece of news I did want to cover, and it's something I've talked about several times on the channel before, and that is the Libra Association. We talk a lot about it because there was a bunch of news last year about Libra, and Mark Zuckerberg testified and talked about Libra to Congress, to the House committee. But they are still moving forward, and that is mainly because Libra Association is an independent entity. Facebook might have started it or helped create it, but they are trying to do their best to be separate. That way, legally, things can actually work. As far as those things actually working in the long term, we'll see, because the governments seem to not like the idea, and I think the U.S. lawmakers, someone in Congress even suggested a bill to make the large tech companies, to keep them out of finance, which is interesting, considering it's a capitalist country. You would think that it would be okay for them to try something new, enter a different market. But they have made a technical steering committee. And if you're not familiar with what a steering committee is, it's just a group of people who get together to talk about and sort of guide, or of course the other term steering, to steer the group on what to do. And this is a technical steering committee, so they're going to be talking about the technical aspects of the technology. They are going to, and I'm going to have to read this because I can't remember and summarize this very well off the top of my head, but the committee will direct the technical roadmap for the Libra network, form working groups to prioritize selected avenues of research, guide the development of a code base, and generally develop and engage the Libra development community. This sounds a lot like they are trying to do some of the open source type projects where they are getting groups together to work on these things and trying to build a community and start working on the actual code base. It'll be interesting to see if it actually is open source and people can actually work on it. The technical details are going to be interesting, but the key takeaway from this is they are trying to show that they are independent from any one organization, and particularly they want to make it appear like they're not involved with Facebook at all, uh, which it may very well happen, but that seems to be the major concern, is that there is that connection with Facebook. So that's about all for the video. I did want to mention the giveaway is still going on. We still have about a week and a half left on that. I know a month's a pretty long time for a giveaway, but not everybody sees the channel. There's not a whole lot of people right now watching the videos. Hopefully that changes over time. Wink. Please subscribe, like the videos if you do. But yeah, that's all. You can check the giveaway. There's going to be a link for it in the description, and there will be a new question. So if you've been watching the videos, there's going to be a lot more entries for you. I feel like this way, if I change the questions, people who actually watch the videos have a way better chance of winning than the people who just, kind of click on a couple of things every once in a while. But thank you all. Have a great day.